This will fix your slice instantly. Probably the worst words I've ever heard. Fixing a slice is all about making sure we have enough elements in the swing that move it towards a draw that will create that ball flight. And today I'm going to show you one key change we can make so that the golf club is much less inclined to move outward over the top, creating slices and pools. Think of the golf club as it moves around your body as a chain reaction. This part, the grip, this is where we apply power and pressure, and that exerts forces onto this part, the club shaft and the club head, so that they move in a certain way. If at the top of your backswing you exert pressure on the grip end of the club, it will influence the club head to work in the direction the shaft is pointing. So if we look here and I've got the club shaft pointed this way and I exert pressure on the grip end, the club head wants to work out over the grip here. So if I have this pointing very to the left or laid off, for instance at the top of a backswing here, and I exert pressure on it, it tends to want to work outward, unless you do some kind of excessive dropping motion with your arms. If the club then works too over the top, it tends to swing very much to the left-hand side, creating that left-right curvature that we see in slices. But it's not all about this position at the top, it's about how you get there, which can make all the difference. For example, if I'm a player who, as I bring the golf club away here, moves my arm away from my body. So my arm leaves the body here, it separates from the side of my pec. From here, we're more inclined to get a golf club excessively laid off. Now, if we have it in this sort of position from here, we're very much inclined to then want to work it outward. Not always, but often this is the case. I often hear golfers talk about moving their hands and their club straight back. And these are normally the players who tend to disconnect their arms from their body, which can often lead to that really laid off position at the top and really over the top downswing. What I want you to think of is that as we move this golf club away here, my body is naturally turning. So my body turns, and as that happens, I want to keep the connection between my lead arm and my lead pec here. Now, if I do that, you'll see that my hands work inward. My hands work in here. My left arm stays against my chest, and as I move this up to the top of the backswing, we'll start to see a much lower arm position, as opposed to when we move it away from us, the left arm works much higher up here and is more inclined to work more laid off. So if we can keep this lead arm connected to the lead pec, which allows those hands and arms to work more inward, we will see a position at the top of the backswing, which is typically much deeper with the hands. There's more room between the hands and the head at the top. And this influences the club to work more from the inside, especially if we combine that with a club shaft position, which is more marginally across the line, as opposed to it being excessively laid off. If we can get into here, deep hands, more across the line, you'll tend to find the club wants to fall back here, because as soon as I apply pressure to it, the golf club works back in the direction of the shaft. It tends to want to work back here. So here's a simple drill to help you work on this. I'm going to use a flagpole here, and I'm going to place it just on the front of my toe line here, pointing marginally to the right. Now I'm going to use this as a reference point here for where my hands want to travel. So as I move the club away here, I'm going to try and focus on allowing my hands to work inward along that flagpole. Now, as they do this, you'll see it's much easier to stay connected here between the lead arm and the pec. This allows us to get the depth of the hands, the club shaft a little bit more across, and then influences the club to work more out to the right. Goodbye to the slices. I'm going to make this even more effective using my golf glove. Take off your golf glove, and I'm going to get you to place it right in the crease between your lead arm and your pec. So it wants to stay right in this region here. Now, this is wonderful because it gives us some instant feedback as to the connection between the lead arm and the chest. Now, I'm going to make some backswings and make sure that as I allow my hands to track inward along that flag post, I'm going to keep this golf glove connected here between the pec and my lead arm. Now, as I do this, I'll start to see that arm work much more across the body, much lower. Just making some small swings here, you'll see how that golf club wants to work inward, how the hands and arms are working back in here rather than them working out this way. That lead arm lifts, the glove falls out, the club shaft wants to go here, and then we work outward across the line. If I can get those hands in, the lead arm more across the chest here, I get the hands deeper, the club shaft points more across the line. Now we get the club more from in here. So can I put all those pieces together I'm going to keep wonderful connection with that lead arm. Mix this into some swings on the range if you can. If you're the sort of player that really struggles with connection between the lead arm and the peck as you bring it back, the arms get way in front of you and you slice the ball tremendously. If you've got an excessively left club path, this could be the answer to shifting it much more up the right. Just get that lead arm across the chest more, get it more here. If you can, you will find the club works more out to the right. So if we can have that lead arm more connected to the peg here, more against it, with the lead arm lower more across the chest here, this often gets the club in a much better place, gets the club shaft more across the line, and gets the club working more for the inside. This can often be a wonderful solution for slices of the golf ball. To practice this, just get your golf glove, pop it in that crux between your lead arm and the left peg, and just practice keeping it connected in there. This is a wonderful way to practice. And make sure that you mix it in with some full swings without the glove every 2 or 3 swings. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson. Check out the description for free coaching and training to level up your game, and subscribe so you never miss a free lesson. I pop them out every single week to help you play better golf. Now, if you want to continue to add pieces that will get rid of a slice and move more towards the draw, then check out this video and have an incredible day.